All right, tourney on the horizon. So with football on the brain, we're going to take a quick pause. David, please tell me you got better music than what we had yesterday. Please, God.
Nope.
I just, can we get written permission from CBS, please, God? I miss the tourney music. This is horrible. This sounds like something Roberto would play on a date.
What?
You know I composed this song.
Oh, my gosh. So let's do this here. Let's go through the best 10 teams in this tournament according to the seeding. And let's talk about, are they contenders? And when I mean contenders, can they win it all this year?
All right. You bet. Oh, man, you better have my sleeper team on here. All right, go ahead.
So let's start with the number one seed in the NCAA tournament, Alabama.
No, can't win it. I'm convinced. Look, Brandon Miller's unbelievable, but you're not going to convince me that that team, with what they have going on, just because they won the SEC tournament, you put them against Kansas, you put them against UCLA, Arizona. I don't buy it. I got to see it to believe it with Nate Oates.
Too many distractions. As the lights get brighter and brighter, you're going to get more and more national reporters. And I'm sorry, when it comes to Alabama, the story will always be Brandon Miller and what happened and who was involved, who knew what. And that's going to start wearing. Remember, when that initial information came out, that team suffered and barely beat 3 bad SEC teams. No, David.
Move over to Arizona, who is the 2 seed in that corner there with Alabama. Arizona, though, 9-2 record and quad 1 wins, including 2 against UCLA, Tennessee, San Diego State, Creighton, and Indiana. But this is the bad part. 4 quad 2 losses, 4 of their 6 losses total came against teams that missed the tournament.
Problem with Arizona for me, too, is their best players who end up at the free throw line the most are their worst free throw shooters. That's going to bite you in the ass in the Elite Eight Final Four.
See, right here, every now and then, people, I just got the best seat in the house.
What?
I'm sitting next to Dustin Hoffman himself, the Rain Man.
You agree with the take?
Absolutely. And I would simply say this, David. I don't respect the Pac-12. So, no, I think they have entertaining games when they play each other, but step out of conference. And, yeah, if you can't finish in the tournament, you got to have strong point guards. You got to be able to hit your free throws. I'll just keep following you until I get back into the game.
Move over to the 3 seed in the South, Baylor, who have gone 2-4 in their last 6 games.
Rico, go first. We'll opposite this one.
Baylor, coming from the Big 12, I think is a team that really, unfortunately, was in Kansas' shadow. So no one talked about them, but I do think they can be sneaky good. Yeah, I'm going to say yes, I'm Baylor. They can. Because we really didn't know a lot about them unless you really follow Big 12 hoops.
And look, if you want to compare it to the team from 2020 that won the COVID Cup, this guard trio might be better. Flagler and company are every bit what Davion Mitchell and his buddies were. I don't know what to do with Baylor because Rico's right. I still view Kansas as being the one, and Baylor has some weird losses.
And unlike the Pac-12, I actually respect the Big 12 in hoops.
I think Big 12 is the best conference.
Move over to the 3 seed in the West, Gonzaga.
Nope.
Not the same Gonzaga.
Nah, to hell with them.
Okay.
I hate their guts. And could Timmy graduate already? He's basically Frank the Tank.
They'll be back next year.
I don't value their guard play. Normally, Gonzaga has got a badass set of guards. I don't like this team's backcourt.
They're not even a 1 seed. That tells you.
Correct.
I mean, and
3.
I know that it was a long time ago, but I still look at that MSU game. That was one basket game at the very end on the battleship. So no,
Nice to see State choke that one away. Okay,
let's go over to the
it's
number
not a
1.
battleship. Lots of waves. Okay.
The number 1 seed in the Midwest, the Houston Cougars.
oh, this breaks my heart.
Maybe minus their best player.
I was about to say Marcus Sasser.
Hold on. Marcus Sasser was in full warm-ups for the American title game. Now, I think it was precautionary. Now, you guys are right. If he re-aggravates the groin injury, if he's somehow out, here's all I'll tell you. Learn the name Jerace Walker because he may end up in a Piston uniform. He is flying up draft boards. He's a lottery pick. Houston builds their power forwards and wings in a lab. 6'8", 230. I love Houston. They're tough as nails. They guard. They're everything what State used to be.
Mm-hmm.
My problem, it's the conference they play in, and I got to see it to believe it that they can win it all. However, where's the Final Four?
Oh, it's in Houston.
If they can get there.
Just get there, but that's not going to be easy.
Hell no, it's not.
And all 10 of their fans will be there.
Oh, come on.
David,
what about Jamal Shed?
David, I'll simply say this. It's ironic that you talked about Gonzaga. They're the Gonzaga of the South.
Houston?
Yes.
I agree.
That's
where
hurtful.
what about everybody sounds smart picking them, but in the end,
Yeah.
can't do it.
No, if you put Houston and Kansas on a basketball court together, I would take Kansas.
Well, then let's talk about Kansas, the number 1 seed in the
Yes.
West. Contenders.
Yes.
100%. Jalen Wilson is that veteran superstar. Grady Dick has matured. Their point guard's been there for a decade.
And
You get an
David-
elite coach in Bill Self. It's all there.
And to make you, I want to say that Jalen Wilson had committed to Beeline, and then Beeline left.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I think.
I believe
I'm not
that's
quite
correct.
sure.
Yeah.
But he could have been a Wolverine.
Yeah, thank you so
You
much.
just hate to see it.
Let's move over to my team that I think I have going. I have them going to the Final Four. Mike hates them. It's Marquette.
I think Shaka Smart's overrated. I think Kolek is a fun point guard. He's a try-hard kid, small school transfer. But I don't think they've got the star power. And, man, are they streaky from deep. If they're hitting their shots, it's great. And if they're not, I've seen Marquette can get real ratty real quick, buddy.
Now, they can force you to turn the ball over, but the thing about Marquette that I don't think, David, I want to say they were last in the Big East as far as defense. Teams were averaging over 50% shooting against them.
He's got 2 teams he has not named yet, and I think they're both contenders.
So, no, I mean, this is one where, if I think MSU could take them out because Mike,
You're allowed. You are
Thank
allowed. It's horrifying.
No, because they don't have that big man. That's Michigan State's big Achilles. They don't have that.
See, Marquette will get past Michigan State. Who I have them beating is the next team, Purdue. Purdue, contenders or not, number 1 seed in the East.
I hate their guard play. Fletcher Lawyer had a nice year, but he looks tired. Gillis is another guy who's been there for a decade. And again, Purdue, whether it's at Illinois blowing a huge lead, whether it's the Big Ten tourney against Penn State blowing a huge lead, they go through lulls where they do not function. It's going to get them beat.
See, I don't even think it's a lull, Mike. I think the course adjustment has happened. And Penn State showed you. Ohio State showed you. You press the point guard. Fletcher Lawyer got benched during the Big Ten tournament because he just wasn't getting it done. Matt Painter sat him down. I don't trust Painter. For some reason, Purdue can't make it. Gene Katie couldn't do it. Painter couldn't do it.
Name a coach with a big head that's won a national title. You can't.
But the only thing is, no one in the NCAA knows what it takes to guard Zach Edey. He's that dominant in college. It's not going to translate to the pros. But you can't replicate him in practices. So that'll take them probably to the Elite 8, and then they'll get their heart broken again.
Last 2 teams. First is Texas.
There it is.
Who beat Kansas in the Big 12 tournament championship game, but they shot 4 for 17 from 3.
We'll go down the list. You have the superstar in Marcus Carr, absolute stud. They're top 25 in offense, top 25 in defense. And here's Texas's calling card. They force a turnover on 24.8% of trips down the floor. They are havoc defined. Here's the problem. They lost their coach. Now the fill-in has done a nice job, but Chris Beard ain't there. So it always scares me a little bit the deeper you go into a tournament with someone who's not supposed to be your coach. But they've got everything it would take to do this.
See, I think they bought into their coach, David, and I'm going to say right now, according to BetMGM, they are plus 1,600 to win the whole thing.
Pick them.
I would actually pick the value pick.
Value.
And then final team, which I think you both say no to, UCLA.
I say no because of the injuries.
Yep.
Jalen Clark is out. He's one of the best defensive players in America. Who's the other kid who's hurt, buddy? Name escapes me.
I was going to say Clark. And wait, they just had somebody get injured in the tournament.
The other, bottom line, look, I'm with Rico. I don't respect Pac-12. If you forced me to pick one, it'd be Arizona. The team I wanted him to name, UConn. You got Sonogo in the middle, Kirk, Hawkins, and company in that backcourt, and they got Caravan, that 7-footer, the freshman, and they slash and drive and kick, and they are relentless.
The 4th seed in the West.
I think UConn is interesting as a bomb at plus 2,500.
No,
but go ahead.
No, I could easily see that. But, yeah, Texas to me, that's that team that I think, as a 2 seed.
So, technically, Rico is saying Texas.
I am saying Texas. But other than that,
better get by Colgate.
It's really all about the different matchups. So
contenders, pretenders.
Hey, real quick, guys.
Yes.
By the time we get to next week, how many Big Ten teams you think will be in the Sweet 16? 8 teams are there.
1.
I'll say 2.
Okay.
Someone's going to surprise. I'll say 2. It'll be Purdue and one other joker.
Yeah, Purdue for sure. I can't think of another one. So
and
1.
That is our contenders, pretenders.